Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be playing with Zoroark V-Star, this deck that is pretty fun and pretty cool to play, but slightly struggles against the single price metagame that we're currently facing, but that is why we're playing now two copies of Empoleon V. First off, we have the V-Star 270 HP, which is on the lower end for V-Stars. However, it more than makes up for it with its attack, taking curse, doing 50 damage for each of your Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. The Phantom Star ability is also really good, where you may discard your hand and draw 7 cards, so you get to essentially research for free. Well, not free, right? It costs you your V-Star, but a well-timed V-Star power is really good with this deck. So how are we going to get damage counters onto our bench Pokemon? We're going to do it through Gengar, getting discarded and then using the ability Netherworld Gate, so that if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put it onto your bench, and if you do, you put 3 damage counters onto this Pokemon. And you also get to play Gapejaw Bog, where whenever either player puts a basic Pokemon from their hand onto their bench, you put 2 damage counters on said Pokemon. Then we also have Damage Pump, which allows us to redistribute up to 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you'd like, and that is how we're going to spread the damage around and make sure that we're using Ticking Curse for the maximum damage possible. Now, Twin Empoleon V with the Emperor Size ability helps us in preventing basic Pokemon in play from having abilities, except for Pokemon with our rule box, as long as this Pokemon is in the active, but we're trying to stop Comfey and Cramorant for the most part and slow those decks down. We can attack, of course, with Empoleon V, as the attack does cost a water and a double turbo, and we also have Melanie to help us in powering up. And it's also pretty good to power up HISUIAN ZOROARK VSTAR so that we don't have the damage reduction from the double turbo. Potentially we can deal up to 330 damage with no damage reduction, 360 if we factor in Radiant Halusha with the big match ability to deal extra damage to VMAX Pokemon, which is really nice. And then we have Luminion, Crobat, and Bibarel for support. We also have Research, we have Marnie, we have Buzz, and we have the one of Churn Scare for conservative purposes. We managed to survive a hit and we Churn Scare the damage away. That's going to be really, really good, though this is a much more fast-paced metagame than we had before Lost Origin. Therefore, we only play one copy and we're not going to try to simulate Arceus Intel whatsoever. That's the deck. Let's jump into the ladder, see how we do, and props to this list to the player that played it at the Limitless Online Tournament, placing 20th out of 650 plus players. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Alright, pretty decent start, as we do have the Diancie to hide behind in case my opponent were able to get a turn 1 attack. But we have the immediateness of Zoroark V-Star, we get to attach to it and we get to use its ability. Okay, so with that in mind, don't expect Marnie from my opponent. I'm just gonna discard the double turbo, get that Zoroark, check if anything super relevant is priced. Okay. Full disclaimer here. I got too excited about the Zoroark. I didn't even take a look at my top deck. I could have easily just grabbed the Empoleon here and retreated into it using a water, and then next turn researched, hoping for... No, I mean, it would have been a little slow. I can still do it, but I'm gonna go for the Zoroark. Not super ecstatic about it, but we'll see. Yeah, I did this horribly. I should not have discarded that double turbo. Should have discarded the water, attach the water to the active, and then I'd have the double, or attach the double turbo to the Zoroark too. That also would have worked. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, having an Empoleon active would have just been really good. I mean, nothing says that they don't have escape rope and they would have dealt with it immediately, but you never know. Right. Yeah, certainly could have done this better. Gonna be the fourth card. I mean, we don't know if they have the path or not. Ooh, but they don't actually get to attack. Okay, that other damage bump is less than ideal, but at least we have the research. Okay, I do get a counter stadium. I don't think I want to thin a Zork, of course. I will put back the research just to get some use out of the ball pad. And then I'm looking for escape rope or air balloon off of this Phantom Star. Alright, so not quite yet. A little unfortunate. Getting a first hit here though is pretty big. So much so that I really should go out of my way to get that going. So I'm gonna go Bidoof. I'm gonna go People away you or another Zork. I'll burn the incense and then just gonna check one escape rope, 2 air balloons. Okay, I've drawn 7 from research, 7 from Phantom Star, and here's 5 more. 12 total cards, and I was not able to find a switching card. Darn. I looked at 19. 7 plus 7, 14 plus 5. I looked at 19 different cards. But, this is 100% my fault because I chose to discard the double turbo, right? So this is 100% on. I just attached the double turbo to the Zork, then I would have had attachment to active retreat and KO. So 100% on me. Yeah, I'm sure people will comment on this in the description. All right. Silly mistake though. Silly mistake on my part for sure. Alrighty, so no way to power up the Empoleon either. Right here. Yep. No way. We'll get our KO, right? Which is nice. And that's about it. Is that enough though? Yes. I was about to like, wait, am I misplaying again? This should be my second knockout, not my first. That is my bad. Alright, we unlocked the Bibarel, pretty useless at this point. No Empoleon in sight whatsoever. I mean, getting attacked consistently with Empoleon is also not easy. That's another thing. Okay, so we do see Radiant Charizard being played with Path to a Peak, which is a very peculiar choice. I reckon they must have lost Vacuum to make up for that, but still very peculiar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As that does stop their own Charizard from actually being a threat. Alright. So that's going to be the second crown. I wonder if there's more impact to going boss KO the Comfy here. I really wonder that. Maybe not so much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I knock out the Cramorant, they need to go into the Sableye, right? Or they need a Clara. So they might actually whiff an attack right here. Okay. Quick ball a little too late. I definitely botched the early game. Yeah, no argument there. I absolutely botched the early game. That's 8. The fact that they did not choose the Colress means, yeah. Okay, I do have access to a Sharon Scare, however, and that's going to be very impactful. And the best time for the Sharon Scare will be next turn. I'll counter the stadium, play Luminion, Sharon Scare back the HISUIAN ZOROARK, and then power through with this one. Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. I also hope it's in there, right? So it is. I get to Sharon Scare the active, which is pretty good. And then I can continue applying pressure thanks to the double turbo. Is there ever any merit to damage pump away damage? Probably not. Alright. My opponent has nothing a price card, and I'm already 3 prizes ahead. That is very good. No chance of Empoleon showing up here though, but that Sharon Scare alone might be the difference maker. That one on its own might be the card that ends up making the difference. Alright. Psychic to Lost Zone, retreats into Confate. I mean, they have Cram. I did also counter a stadium, so now they have access to Radiant Charge. That's another thing. I also haven't found Marnie. Okay, I mean, they do play Lost Vacuum, so as expected, right? Good power up Luminion, honestly. Out of the blue. I'm down 2 double turbos. If I powered up Luminion out of the blue, that'd be pretty good. Sure. That's fine. Let me see the Lost Mine. Definitely have to target down Sableye. Okay, so the big thing is with Charizard, I mean, they did discard Charizard and they did discard Clara. So they need Clara into Zard, into Palpat, into Clara, into Zard. Right. Okay, so that's only 1 prize. Leaving 3 though, which is peculiar. I do want to prevent. All right, there's a Marnie. I do want to prevent an Echoing Horn play. Just gonna do this. And I get the knockout, and then next turn, I also want to give myself the most amount of HP. And then next turn, what I can do is... all right, whatever they're planning, I can probably damage pump to this. Yeah, you know what? I want to put this, and then I want to put myself out of range of the Zard with the damage pumps. So it's like a soft heal. And this is still knockout. Yes. And then next turn I go KO plus Marty going into my last turn. That should be good. This puts me out of range of the Crobat plus the Diancie KO, which is really good. Which then would have led to a Charizard. So the damage pumps might actually be really good, and the saving grace I have. Alright, well there's Roxanne, which could be problematic as well, as I do not have Bibarel anymore. There's Sableye, expected. There's another Gram, and there's Roxanne. So if my opponent doesn't take 3 prizes here though, that's game over, right? I'm a little, I don't know, confused, I guess. How can my opponent conceivably take 3 prizes next turn with 2 damage counters having to go on the Diancie? And they also didn't place any damage on the active. Okay, I'm just gonna Marnie here. Alright, I can. Okay, my opponent has played the Roxanne, and then if they're playing Marnie, they are not getting rid of my Herballoon. So I'm just gonna do this to prevent the play. And then I just go taking Curse for the KO. So I have 2 attackers powered up, I'm down to 1 prize card, nothing survives a hit, and they're at 3 prizes. So what can they do? Double, they can go 6-second ping on the Diancie, scoop up net, KO the Diancie, and then scoop up net 2 damage counters on the active? Is that what they do? They're down 1. They're down 3 scoop up net, so they can't possibly do that. So their best bet is to go boss on the Zoroark V, KO Diancie, and put damage on the Zoroark, I guess, or on the Luminion. One of those two, but then I have Herballoon to retreat. There's the boss, okay. Yep, alright. Boss means my Herballoon sticks, and that's GG. Oof. Close. Very, very close. Alright, and I missed a turn. If I had not done so badly in the first turn, my sequencing and my decision making, I would have won a turn earlier as well. So yeah, alright, on to the next match. I was about to say, let's play better in this match. However, with this absolutely beautiful, fantastic hand, it's looking a little bit dicey, don't you think? Oh boy. This is not the start that we're looking for. Also, my camera decided to stop working just now, so hence no Pablo cam. Okay, so we have the double raw damage pump versus the battle VIP pass. That seems fair. See, double Cramorant, in fact. Getting grabbed off of that. Oh, double battle VIP pass. Sure. Why would they flower selecting before? Huh? Why would you... What? Why would you not battle VIP pass first to increase the chances of flower selecting, getting you a battle VIP pass? I guess if you know you're gonna hit battle VIP pass of the flower selecting, then sure, but how could you possibly know that? And then to only choose one Pokemon of the battle VIP pass, that's just a slap on the face. That is quite simply a slap on the face. Alright, I've been really thinking things through though. Or just passing. Okay, yay. That immediately saves the day. Alright. Okay, we actually get Empoleon double turbo and a way to switch out. That is an insane draw for me right here. So my opponent's very underwhelming turn might continue to be underwhelming. That was a very lucky draw for me of the Marnie. I have a feeling my opponent might have AFK'd. No, never mind. Okay, they're still there. Good. Okay, can solo Empoleon do it for us though? And I'm gonna have to ult roll probably for Crobat or Lopinion, whichever is available. If they're both available, probably Crobat then. Alright. We do see the retreat into Comfey. And that's it. Okay, there's already Kuno, so it's a heavy focus on Cramorant. There's another Color's Experiment, which will activate Cramorant, but it might be a little too late. All right, can't believe I got bailed out by that Marnie though. All right, they discard Manaphy, very properly reading. Like, that's how the AP pass is so strange. Why not go and grab an Articuno? Okay, so we're just gonna look for a water energy, right? Which there obviously isn't one in the discard pile. We did prize one, but if my opponent had an escape rope, they certainly would have played it, right? So at the very least, we know they did have an escape rope before that upcoming Colress. There's a water, very nice. We also get the Zoroark, pretty cool. And we're gonna go Swirling Slice. So they choose that an energy has to be moved, right? That is a problem. The energy absolutely has to be moved, which means we might not be able to get an attack next turn. But getting the first prize card into a single prizer is really good. That prize card is also very lucky. I didn't move the double turbo because I knew I had a chance at getting the water. Just so happened I got it of the prize cards, since I didn't bench any double turbo, but I did prize a water. So you can use that knowledge to determine which energy to move. Which could be important. All right. So Herballoon and Choice Belt now gone. And there's the escape rope. Should I have gone Luminion to try and dig for the other Empoleon? Perhaps I should have. Okay, I can definitely give up on the Radiant Kalucha here though. So now they're gonna go crazy with their Faith. They will also be getting a prize card through Cramorant. Maybe I should have promoted Croat actually to prevent the KO. Maybe that's what I should have done. All right. Having very slow progress for my opponent right here. Very slow. Like really not figuring out what to do. Switch card. And the KO. Okay. Alrighty. So we're obviously going to promote the Empoleon as we are holding the water. We're also going to grab this friend. And then I'm kind of tempted to use the Ordinary Rod so that they don't have a target. Yeah. An echoing form target. And so I'm just going to go ahead and Phantom Star here. No need to bench the Luminion. It's a sort of liability. Can bench the Empoleon to prevent escape rope plays. And now, based on this, I can boss possibly the Comfeys, right? Because the Cramorants are not pets. So I kind of like going after a Comfey here. And we go Swirling Slice. And I'm going to transfer the energy to the Empoleon. Yeah. So I'll transfer the double turbo to the Empoleon. In case they play escape rope, I can just go attach and be good to go. So the double Empoleon definitely putting in the work right here. Let's see a Colress. Like I said, escape rope is no longer an out. Those Cramorants, at least for this turn, unless my opponent plays a Path to a Peak, will certainly be useless. Looking good. Okay. They are up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, they simply pass. Okay. Like I said, looking pretty good here. I don't see how my opponent could possibly make a comeback. I can't believe this is the same game where I started a Lucha, double damage pump, Gengar, double Gape Bog, and a water. That's my starting hand. I honestly cannot believe we are here. This is really, really peculiar, lucky. I'm not entirely sure what to call it, but this is just definitely not common, right? All of this off of a single party. All right, pretty good. We can see how double Empoleon actually pulls through. Yeah, my opponent was able to get out of one Empoleon, but if you can manage to do this with double Empoleon, you're certainly going to have a good time against everything, really, but especially against Lost Box decks. So yeah, double Empoleon certainly here to stay. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the video and this double Empoleon V showcase. And the previous match was definitely also pretty intense, and I'm sure I could have played it better. But anyways, thank you so much, and until next time. Bye-bye.